Hey, good news, I fixed my mic. Yeah, sorry about that. Last video it sounded like I was talking through a World War II walkie-talkie. But speaking of last video, at the end of it, I said this.
I don't normally make videos like this, but if I come across another scam in the future, I will.
And literally a week later, I find yet another scam. And by the way, guys, I'm not an idiot. I know Etsy's full of scammers and people like this that use immoral, fishy methods to get your money. You don't gotta keep telling me that. I'm just spreading awareness. Thank you. So there I was, laying on my bed, doom scrolling on my phone, which I find myself doing from time to time, when I get an Etsy message from a certain woman named Victoria. Now, Victoria lets me know that my Etsy shop, where I sell costumes and stuff like that, is being temporarily suspended. What? What did I do? The message says, recently our payment processor encountered an issue while trying to verify the information you provided during a payment attempt. That never happened. To safeguard your funds and comply with regulations, we must complete the verification process. So I think to myself, okay, let me do that, although I don't remember getting a verification email, but I'm game. Victoria here also opens up her email saying, Dear seller, dear seller. I just found that funny, I don't know why. The message goes on to say, in line with Financial Regulation Clause 145.11, we have temporarily restricted your shop until verification is complete. This step is crucial for maintaining transaction security and regulatory compliance. To verify your bank details, whoa there, buddy. And this is where it hit me. Oh, this is weird. I don't think Etsy would ask for that so blatantly. The message continues and says, to reactivate your shop, please click on the secure link below. Remember when I said I'm not an idiot? I may possess a few idiot genes in my DNA, perchance, because I clicked on it, and I must have lucked out because nothing frickin' happened. The page loaded, and loaded, and loaded, and then finally, it continued loading. And then I gave up. Here's a little PSA for all of you scammers out there. If you're gonna scam me, I will fall for it. But if you're gonna scam me, you might want to make sure your scammer link works. Just a thought. Luckily, I opened up the email on the Etsy website itself because it was on their email page that I noticed it was flagged as spam. And so I thought, oh, so this is a scam. I don't know why Etsy would be flagging their own emails as spam unless it was somebody impersonating them. But we continue our lovely story because a minute later, after I got that message from good old Victoria, I get a message from Shannon. Now, Shannon must have some deja vu because she sent me the exact same message down to the word. Except for the link, which I thought was odd because if this is the place to verify my bank info, wouldn't the URL be the same? And sure enough, Etsy also flagged this email as spam. The puzzle pieces are coming together. This time I use my brain and I don't click on the mysterious, sketchy link of doom. Instead, I contact Etsy customer service, and this time it actually is Etsy. I explain to them what happened, and I ask them if this is a legitimate email. And sure enough, it's not. It's a phishing scam. I'm not gonna lie, I almost fell for this. If I would have just seen the email in my Gmail app, I wouldn't have known that they flagged it as spam. And if the link were to have worked, I possibly would have entertained the idea of giving them my bank info. I don't want to lose my shop. I like selling stuff on there. To anybody that gets these emails and doesn't happen to view it on the Etsy website itself, they believe it is Etsy themselves saying this stuff. These scammers prey on people that want to keep their shops, and they use that as a bargaining chip to get their bank info. And just out of pure curiosity, I searched up the financial clause they gave me. They made it sound so official. But in reality, this is actually a retirement board code in Ohio. It has nothing to do with Etsy or their rules, but let's entertain this. I will give the scammer the benefit of the doubt. Maybe, just maybe, there's two codes in the vastness of the world with the same name. So I looked up the financial clause, followed specifically by the word Etsy to narrow it down as much as I could. No results. Yeah, it's pretty transparent. This is a whole bunch of fish paste. So when I was talking to Etsy customer service, I asked them flat out if Etsy would ever legitimately ask for my bank info, and the answer is no. What a shock. They also go on to say that official messages from Etsy themselves will appear in your inbox on the email page, where you will see an orange flag and an official From Etsy badge. This is how you know it's legit. If you ever get a message seemingly from Etsy, but it's not in this inbox, that is not Etsy, that is a scammer posing as them. This got me very curious, so I asked them about other red flags people can look out for to avoid falling victim to these Etsy impersonating scammers. They said that they will always tell you why they're asking for that information and when you need to take action by. Notice how these messages from Shannon and Victoria never mention that once. Etsy customer service adds on to this by saying that they will never ever send QR codes or links that direct you outside of Etsy. In other words, they will never send you a sketchy, nefarious link that could take you anywhere. So in conclusion, always have caution when you're providing information like an email or financial info on Etsy or even outside of Etsy. Some of these scams are pretty idiotic, but every now and then there will be a few that actually have some semblance of a sneaky clever idea like impersonating the company. Make sure you go through this checklist of red flags next time you get a message from Etsy or any company in general. I just wanted to make a quick little video today going over this and warning people about company impersonating scammers. When you're not quite thinking and not using your head all the way, you can fall for this. Don't think it's impossible and that you're immune. A lot of people put a lot of trust in some companies, but what happens when that trust is given to a wolf in sheep's clothing? Or better yet, a Trojan horse. But as always, be smart, be safe. I'm Zach, I make plenty of horror short films, action fight scenes, and maybe, just maybe, I will make more exposing scam content in the future. I kind of like this stuff. So if any of that piques your interest, feel free to like and subscribe. Until next time, I hope you have a great day and an even greater tomorrow. Thanks. Okay, I know I was wrapping this up, but something crazy just kind of happened. I was about to export this video. I was in the process of exporting it, but I wanted a screen recording of me actually clicking on the sketchy link, so I decided to be dumb again and I clicked it. But this time, the link freaking worked. It didn't load and keep loading. It worked. I don't know why it didn't work last time, but this time it did. They made this page look actually pretty reliable. If you didn't know the context and I showed you this page, you wouldn't think twice. The only thing I noticed that's out of the ordinary is the customer service icon. Normally it looks like this, but the scammers made their icon orange instead of blue, and they also added a woman with a headset, I think. Originally I thought it was a picture of a woman sweating, and the sweat droplets were just huge, but I don't think that's it. So when I clicked on the link, the customer service tab opened up right away, and in it, they said, "Hello, I'm personal support for sellers. Our payment system has changed, and because of this, seller accounts need to be re-verified." Sure. All payments will now be made directly to the seller's card. Okay. Click the proceed to verification button and enter your card details. Note to self, don't do this. Follow the instructions from tech support so you don't make a mistake while verifying your account. Regards, Emma. And I like this. She even thought to specify that she's customer service in quotes. And right about at that time, I thought to myself, Emma, what the heck happened to Victoria? They can't even keep their fake names consistent. So after reading that big pile of garbage and lies, I did what any good citizen would do. I wrote an ingenious and beautifully crafted letter, and the response to this was the same message from before, just copied and pasted. I'm really truly on the fence about if they're just lazy or not, because this overall idea is quite clever and is executed pretty well, but then little things like this, like how they interact with people, just blows their whole freaking cover. And it gets even crazier when this happens. I saw that next to the account suspension paragraph, there was an option to learn more. So I thought, what's going to happen? What could that even be? This isn't Etsy anymore. So I figured it would just be a broken link or keep loading and loading and loading forever. But no, these strange people, they thought to link the actual Etsy Help Center page to it. At least I think it's the actual page, but I am actually kind of impressed. So the moment after you click on that sketchy link from before, now you don't even know if you're on actual Etsy or a fraudulent page that's designed to look like it. Because besides the customer service icon, I could not find any visible difference between them. So do you see what I mean now when I say sometimes they're brilliant and sometimes they're idiots? It's baffling. Well, I just wanted to show you that real quick because there's no way I wasn't going to include that in the video. So now I will tell you that I am Zach, and I hope you have a great day and an even greater tomorrow. Thanks for watching.